It's like it. So pretty much and stuff, it'll get you pumped up. It'll get you pumped up and whatnot and stuff, right? It'll get you pumped up. It will get you that music gets you pumped up. And if you in a crowd and stuff that's on the same thing, guess what? They ready to fight. You know what I'm saying? So with that being influenced, it's the same way when it come down to the movies. It's the same way when it come down to the TV series. It's the same way and stuff when it come down to the various trends that have another meaning behind it. And guess what? Halloween is the same way. Because once again, when it come down to Hallows Eve, Hollow, when it come down to Hallows Eve, when it come down to Hallows Eve and whatnot and stuff, uh, uh, when it come down to Hallows Eve, once again, Hollow means holy, but look at the various characters. Now I know people stuff Power Rangers, Power Rangers and whatnot and stuff. But back in those ancient days, it had to be something and stuff that was considered scary. Frankenstein, a witch, you know what I'm saying? Feet a little girl and stuff walking around the broom and stuff and don't know how to use it. That's a little joke. But then you also have, the ghost. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I'm thinking about Family Guy and stuff when Chris came to Quagmire. You know what I'm saying? As a condom and stuff, and he was like, "What the fuck you supposed to be?" you know. But you had that. You had that and stuff. You a bag, a ghoul or something, right? Right? To come up out of nowhere and whatnot and stuff with it. You know what I'm saying? But it's really and stuff, those and stuff, monsters and stuff towards darkness. That's what it usually is about. You know what I'm saying? It don't be about anything else. You see? Right? So I'm gonna go back to that Amos. This Amos chapter 5. This Amos chapter 5 and 14. It says, "Seek good and not evil, that ye may live, and so the Lord, the power of hosts, shall be with you as as ye have spoken." It says, "Hate the evil and love the good, and establish judgment in the gate." It says, "It may be that the Lord power Yahweh Bashem Yashai of hosts will be gracious unto the remnant of Joseph." It says, and meaning Joseph represents the Ephraim. You know what I'm saying? Ephraim mostly and stuff represents Northern Kingdom, right? It says, verse 16, it says, "Therefore the Lord, the power of hosts, the Lord saith thus, wailing shall be in all streets." It says, "And they shall say in all the highways, Alas, alas, and they shall call the husbandmen to mourning, and such as are skillful of lamentation to wailing." Verse 17, it says, "And in all vineyards shall be wailing, and said, For I will pass through thee, saith the Lord. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light." You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be a great destruction when Yahweh shall return. You see? Right? And even before, and then you're going to, people and stuff that desire the day of the Lord and whatnot, are they desiring and stuff in a correct way, in a righteous way and stuff according to how about Shema Shah? You know what I'm saying? Are they uh, being wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove? Are they using Judges 5 and 11? Are they rehearsing the righteous act? Or are they sitting up here more than likely saying that, guess what, that was in the Old Testament or that was in the past? But yet these people and stuff believe in the rapture. And I'm going to say it like this: rapture and stuff doesn't exist. Well, no. When it comes down to the rapture, you know what I'm saying? The rapture, when you go into that actual, what's it called? When you go into the what's it called? the root word and stuff of what rapture or where rapture comes from and stuff, you're going to be upset. But at the same time, when it comes down to it and stuff, within the rapture, meaning that out of nowhere and stuff, a light just shines over you and stuff, and you get floated up. The ideal of the rapture is being translated. You know what I'm saying? You know, the ideal of the rapture and stuff is to be translated. You know what I'm saying, right? But guess what? That's not going to happen to everybody. That's going to only happen to the elect. You see, right? So for those and stuff who's in the wrong spirit, you know what I'm saying, you know, not falling, you know, or like the scripture says, blessed is he that's not offended in me. And a lot of people are offended. And guess what? You can be offended in one thing. You can be offended in one thing. You know, the different cringeful stuff when it come down to the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? For the women, it's First Kings, the 11th chapter, 1 through 3. You know what I'm saying? You know, uh, uh, for certain men, and stuff, it's uh, for certain men, taking that. That's what. For certain men, it's for certain men, it's like for certain men, it's First Corinthians 11:3. You got certain individuals, and whatnot and stuff where you know, certain family men and stuff who be on the equality, even though the woman ain't. You know what I'm saying? She'll love for you to think that way and stuff, but she really want to have power over you. You know what I'm saying? That's also part of the curse too. You know what I'm saying? Of being in a fatherless household. You see? But anyways, when it comes down to it, the thing is that there's various, or even for the dietary law found in Leviticus 11, Leviticus 11, how there's certain foods and stuff that you can't eat. And there's country ass niggas out there and stuff who eat snake, crocodile, rabbit. And I had rabbit and stuff in the past. You know what I'm saying? And it do taste just like chicken. You know what I'm saying? You know, but it's a reason and stuff why you can't eat rabbit. You know what I'm saying? You know, and the reason behind it and stuff is you know, it eats of the cud, but it doesn't part of the hoof. It don't even have a hoof to begin with. They got a paw, so you can't eat it, right? You know, but it's unclean unto us, right? So pretty much the stuff uh 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 when it comes down to it and stuff, you know, you can't deal. See, you can't deal. You can't deal with that, right? And the pork, the swine, you know what I'm saying, catfish, crab, calamari, you know what I'm saying, you know, which a lot of fish eggs and whatnot and stuff, you can't eat that, you know what I'm saying, and the reason why is because you're not supposed to eat anything that's within its youth of a year, you know what I'm saying, you know, and it usually says that and stuff for like deer meat or calf, you know what I'm saying, which is cow, beef and stuff, you know what I'm saying. You know, you can't eat a animal within its milk, you know, in its mother's milk. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that goes the same way and stuff with veal. If baby back ribs, even though that's usually pork, but when it come down to baby back ribs and whatnot, I want my baby back. When it come down to baby back ribs and whatnot and stuff, if it was truly ribs of a deer, that would be considered veal, and that's going to be unlawful to eat.
We're sorry. No, we're not.
Right. So this Amos chapter 5, verse 18. It says, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahshua, to what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. And it says, verse 19, it says, as if a man did flee from a lion, it says, and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. Verse 20. It says, shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark, and no brightness in it? Because he coming to destroy it. Right? It says in Psalms 58 and 10 that the righteous shall wash their blood and stuff, and no, wash their no, the righteous shall wash their feet in the blood of the wicked. Right? And it says, verse 21, it says, I despise your feast days. And that's going to those holy days. So let's go into them holy days. You know what I'm saying? Like the brother Murph always said, Jeremiah, GMS teach what was taught. No, GMS Chicago teach what was taught. He always call them whole lie days. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't nothing. It's a lie for them to consider stuff holy. It's not a holy day. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing holy of it and stuff. Why? Because it doesn't. It's not of the scriptures, right? It's like it. So this is It says I despise your feast days. It says, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. Right? And guess what? What usually be a solemn assembly? Easter Day. Easter and stuff supposed to represent. Easter's supposed to represent uh, 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 the Pentecost, which the Pentecost and stuff is the Passover. You see, represent the Passover and stuff. You see, but it ain't nothing about no Easter eggs and whatnot and stuff. You know what I'm saying, right? Christmas, Thanksgiving, another day that people want to have a big dinner. Uh, 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 what else? You also have, but you also have, who is it? You also have, Christmas dinner. And then don't forget New Year's. You know what I'm saying? New Year's Eve and New Year's Day and whatnot and stuff, which is bullshit because if 12 o'clock is supposed to be the middle of the night, in the middle of the night, not the end of night, but the middle of night, how would 12:01 and stuff be a brand new day? Or if it's midnight, because that's what they call it, right? Mid, short for middle of the night. You know what I'm saying, right? So that's false already. And and then at the same time, stuff it tells you that in Exodus the 12th chapter, you know what I'm saying, that spring should be the beginning of the year. And what makes more sense? Uh, uh, what makes more sense and stuff? What it when something's in the beginning and stuff, that's what creation starts, right? Well, that's when the trees and stuff start to bud. That's when the flowers and stuff start to bud again. They starting to grow. You know what I'm saying, right? That's when they start to bud. Then you had that's when they start to bud. And then but then let me see. I'm gonna ask you this. You know, do you really think and stuff is the beginning of the year and stuff when everything is frozen over and dead in hibernation? You know what I'm saying? Because the trees and stuff, the snow is actually there and stuff just to water the earth. You know what I'm saying, right? And that water and stuff, it drains down and stuff, so the trees can have something to drink and stuff over the winter and stuff where they don't freeze over and die. You know what I'm saying? Right? Right. But anyways and stuff, is it a new year and stuff when everything is dead and no leaves, when nothing is fruitful, or is it a new year when the fruit and stuff start to blossom or start to bloom or start coming into fruition? You know what I'm saying? So when spring comes, or matter of fact, there you go. There you go, right? So this is not to go too far, but this Amos chapter 5, verse 22, it says, though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, you know what I'm saying, the actions that you partake and stuff within these holy holidays, like Halloween, it says, I would not accept them, neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts. Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs. It says, for I would not hear the melody of thy vows. It says, but let judgment run down as waters and righteousness as a mighty stream. And that's what tends to happen. That's what tends to happen. A lot of people instead of you to get fucked up, they get hurt, or they die on these various different days. You see? That's considered stuff a celebration or ceremonial day, right? It says verse 25. Have ye offered unto me sacrifices and offerings in the wilderness 40 years, O house of Israel? It says, but ye have borne the tabernacle of your Moloch and Cheyenne. It says, your images, the star of your power, which ye made to yourselves. Therefore will I cause you to go into captivity beyond Damascus. It says, saith the Lord, whose name is Yahweh Bashim Shai, power of hosts. You see, right? So the thing is that the Lord and stuff doesn't favor these holidays. Yeah, they look good. And once again, and stuff, just in case somebody want to be on that Romans 14, you know what I'm saying? Uh, uh, you got to understand and stuff that guess what? A lot of bad things happen and stuff on these various days. And that's what you've been seeing and stuff over a couple of years. You know what I'm saying? As we get closer and stuff to the end. As we get closer and stuff to the end and stuff, you see that a lot of people and stuff are dying. You know what I'm saying? In celebration or in art, you know what I'm saying, or in respect, or in respect and stuff of keeping these holy days, I mean, no, it's like these holy days, holidays and stuff otherwise. You see, you know, and that's what you've been seeing. So it's a lot of witchery and stuff behind it, right? So I'm gonna close out with this. This is First Samuel's chapter 15. Slow down. This First Samuel chapter 15 and 22. It says, and Samuel said, "How the Lord asked." Bear with me. Now let me get this first. I'm gonna get this Jeremiah 7. This Jeremiah 7. Jeremiah 7 and so this is Jeremiah 7 and 18. Verse 17. It says, seest thou not what they do in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem? Is it the children gather wood? It says, and the fathers kindle the fire. It says, and the women knead their dough to make cakes to the queen of heaven. It says, and pour out drink offerings unto other gods, that they may provoke me to anger. And I forget what it's called, but matter of fact, worshiping Mary. You know what I'm saying, right? When it come down to when it come down to worshiping of Mary and whatnot, which a lot of this right so-called Mexicans and stuff do, you know what I'm saying, and various other Hispanic tribes too. You know what I'm saying, Dominicans, Cubans, Argentinians, uh, 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 El Salvadorians. You know what I'm saying, so on and so forth, right? Right? They might, you know, they might. It's like because I remember and stuff. You had like one Hispanic. I was pointed out to him stuff in the past, and he was sitting up there. He was sitting up there saying, "Big and black," but he was sitting up here saying, uh, he was sitting up here saying that we don't worship Mary. You know what I'm saying? You know, but the reason why it looked like worship is because they pay more attention to stuff to Mary, which is also going to woman worship. You know what I'm saying? You know, which I believe her name is Guadalupe. But when it comes down to it, no, Salaki. Salaki, no. Uh, when it come down to worshiping of Mary, pretty much the stuff what happens is that uh, 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 when it come down to Guadalupe, you know, a lot of no, not Guadalupe. When it come down to worship of Mary and stuff, it goes into worshiping the Queen of Heaven, which her name, the Queen of Heaven, which is idolatry and stuff. Her name goes into Guadalupe Salaki. But when it come down to it and stuff, you know, they show high more homage, if that's the word, more homage and stuff. They they show more homage and whatnot and stuff, or homage, not homage, but homage, you know what I'm saying, to Mary than who they call Jesus Christ, which his real name is Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, right? So it just goes into woman worship, you know what I'm saying, right? And the Israelites and stuff, they lean upon that and stuff. It's idolatry. So this is Jeremiah 7 and 18 again. It says, the children gather wood, and the fathers kindle the fire, and the women knead their dough to make cakes to the Queen of Heaven. It says, and pour out drink offerings unto other gods, that they may provoke me to anger. And guess what? Lately, a lot of women and stuff been leaning towards witchcraft just so they can gain power over a man. You see, or to get a man and stuff at that, instead of just coming back to the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Women want to be in control. That's the point. You know what I'm saying? You know, they don't want to be under. They still want to have a man and whatnot and stuff, right? But they want that man to be wrapped around their finger and stuff. So that man and stuff would do the things that they can appoint them to do. Pretty much treat them like a child and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You do this, you do that. You know what I'm saying? You go out there and whoop the woo, and you bring back mommy and stuff, this, that, and the third and stuff. When the whole time and stuff, you all supposed to be espoused to each other, right? So this is Jeremiah 7. This is Jeremiah 7 and Jeremiah 7 and 19. It says, do they provoke me to anger, say the Lord? Do they not provoke themselves to the confusion of their own faces? It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord power, behold, my anger and my fury shall be poured out upon this place, upon man, and upon beast, and upon the trees of the field, and upon the fruit of the ground, and it shall burn. It says, it shall not be quenched. And the second death, which is going to be found in North America, you know what I'm saying, the second death and stuff is going to be, everything and stuff here going to be burned. You see? Everything and stuff is going to be burned. This verse 21, it says, thus saith the Lord of hosts. It says, the power of Israel. It says, put your burnt offerings onto your sacrifices and eat flesh. It said, for I spake not unto your fathers, nor commanded them in the day that I brought them out of the land of Egypt concerning burnt offerings or sacrifices. It says, but this thing commanded I them, saying, obey my voice, and I will be your power, and ye shall be my people, and walk ye in all the ways that I have commanded you, that I have commanded you. It says that it may be well unto you. You see? It said verse 23, or 24, it says, but they hearkened not, nor inclined their ear, but walked in the counsel. It says, in the imagination of their own heart. It says, and went backward and not forward. It says, since the day that your fathers came forth out of the land of Egypt unto this day, I have even sent unto you all my servants the prophets daily rising up early and sending them. It says, yes, they hearken not unto me, nor incline their ear, but harden their neck. they did worse than their fathers. You know what I'm saying? Because but if you're a man or a woman, you get reincarnated and stuff. Like say if you're a great grandfather or a great grandmother, and you teaching the stuff your children wrong according to the Lord, you teaching them wrong and stuff according to the Lord. Pretty much what's gonna happen is, like Scripture says, train up a child in the way they should go, and they shall not depart. Right? They should not they should not depart. So pretty much and stuff. If you're a a great grandfather and a great grandmother and stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? You teach your children and stuff, which you turn into regular grandparents and stuff, and then they teach their children and whatnot, and so on and so forth. By the time and stuff, the great grandchild or the that come through, say the great grandchild and stuff has passed away. Say the great grandchild and stuff has passed away. Say the great grandchild and stuff has passed away, pretty much and stuff. That that it's not great grand when once the great grandparents have passed away, and that great or it either will come as the grandchild or the great grandchild and stuff, and that's reincarnation. That's why a lot of people and stuff get old pictures and stuff, right? When they got old pictures, right? When they got old pictures where uh they got old pictures, you know what I'm saying, where it's like the picture and stuff, it got a brown hue to it and whatnot, or like a sunset hue to it, you know what I'm saying, right? And then the newer age and stuff pictures, you know what I'm saying, they look the same. Why? Because more than likely that's that same person coming back, proving reincarnation do exist. You see? Right? So now, uh, uh, this is, don't throw. I want to get into the Amos, to that already. Uh, I'm gonna close it out with this. This is Second Chronicles chapter 15, starting at verse 12, and it says, "Well, I get this. This is Revelations 11 and 8. Come on, man, what the fuck? This Revelations 11 and 8, and it says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified." Right, and that's talking about America, aka Babylon, aka Babylon. You know what I'm saying? Right? Babylon and stuff. Babylon. Point 2.0. Right, and the thing is that uh, um, uh, and the thing is that when it comes down to it and stuff, right? The reason they're undead, meaning that they walk around still, breathe. You know what I'm saying? They eat, piss, shit, and fuck and whatnot and stuff. They do all that, right? Right? But pretty much and stuff, they follow ways and stuff that will have them spiritually dead. And if they stay spiritually dead, you know what I'm saying, meaning a certain mind frame or a certain way of living and stuff that's not approved of the Lord's going to kill them and stuff. Why? Because they're rejecting the Lord. You see? Right? Right? And where the Lord was crucified and whatnot and stuff. And even though we know that the Lord was crucified in Rome, in ancient Rome and whatnot and stuff, the thing is that his teachings and stuff is cut off. You know what I'm saying? The ways of the heathens and stuff is being promoted, you know what I'm saying, throughout all the world. You know what I'm saying? And Israel is scattered to the four corners of the earth, according to Deuteronomy 28 and Deuteronomy 28 and I think 46. Well, Deuteronomy 28 and 64. Lock it. Why do y'all shot? And pretty much with that being the case and stuff, you have Israelites and stuff following the American way, the Russian way and whatnot, but at the Russian way, the Iranian way, the Iraqi way, you know what I'm saying, right? They're not just users of the world, they're abusers. You know what I'm saying? They full fledged for society and stuff, no matter where they are and stuff on this earth. You know what I'm saying? They're not converted. They're not converted at all and stuff. They're still uh, 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 stuck in those old ways and stuff that will get them destroyed. You know what I'm saying? That new wine and stuff is either they didn't receive it yet, or they didn't accept it and stuff. And like the scripture says, new wine can't enter into old bottles. And this new wine and stuff is referring to the heritage of the nation of Israel and stuff that's being renewed within our hearts. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of Israelites and stuff are not coming back to that, right? And with them not coming back to that and stuff, they'll get destroyed. They'll get burnt up. You see? Right? So this is Second Chronicles chapter 15, verse 12, and it says, I read in the AMP. It says they enter into a covenant, solemn agreement to seek the Lord power, Yahweh Shem Yahshua. It says of their fathers with all their heart and soul. It says, and that whoever would not seek the Lord power of Israel would be put to death, whether young or old, man or woman. You see, and Israel looked like everyone. And Israel itself is everywhere. And Israel itself is in all circumstances, whether they rich, in between, or poor. You see? Right? So with that being the case, I'm liking that here for sure. With that being the case and whatnot and stuff, if you don't come back to the Lord and stuff in a timely fashion, what I'm saying, where he may be found by his men, what I'm saying, and or where you learn from his men, where you're able to do it on your own according to Deuteronomy 6, what I'm saying, right? Just in case and stuff, you don't get to come around them or come around them or the family word is there, you'll still be able to hold on your faith to your to Yahweh Shem Shai. You'll be able to hold on your faith and whatnot and stuff because you learned enough and stuff to stay steadfast in it, right? So to stay steadfast in it and whatnot and stuff. You see, yeah, right, right. So the thing is, is that if you don't return to the Lord and whatnot and stuff, you know what I'm saying, right? You're gonna it's gonna be too late. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know if you come across a man of the Lord and stuff, and the Lord put it in his spirit and stuff to be like, nah, I ain't telling you anything and whatnot. The scripture says the prudent man shall foresee the evil and hide it himself. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be great persecution. There's gonna be people and stuff looking for help and whatnot and playing like they or faking it. Luke 20 and 20, like they looking for help when whole time they part of bringing the the true believers and stuff uh, 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 into subjection, according to Galatians 2 and 4, meaning they want to bring you back into the world, and if that don't work and stuff, they're gonna incarcerate you and stuff. And if that incarceration and stuff doesn't provoke you or cause you and stuff to sit up here and lean upon the ways of this world and whatnot, they're more than likely going to kill you because they don't want that influence and stuff get in the way of their agenda. I hope this video was edifying. I'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahshua Harakakadash, double honors to apostles, great millstone, and salutations to your elect, which we hope to be. Shalom, well, Bob, Kwam Yasharala.